I think we're kind of pre-grunge, but we're definitely part of the thing that led up to alternative. I mean, we were slightly ahead of the curve as far as when people started to focus on it and try to exploit it, for lack of a better explanation. Nobody cared about Asylum or any of those bands that were making that kind of music. So that was really the sort of the SST period where, you know, Black Flag and
Meat Puppets,
like
Minutemen, Husker Du.
But it was nice when a lot of those bands started to get recognized. All of a sudden you see the Butthole Surfers on MTV and they're like, hey, that's our old buddies. You know?
Yeah, it was like a kind of, you know, when we were touring, in those days, it was kind of like a band. Like every town would have its scene, you know. So you go to Austin, Texas, and the Butthole Surfers would come to your show, and, you know, you go to Arizona, and the Meat Puppets would come. So it was like kind of swelling under, and you could see something was happening. And then I think, obviously, that record, Nevermind, MTV got behind that, and it kind of made it into something that they were really behind for a few years. But I don't know if the bands really changed, other than it just got in more people's faces, you know? I'd say like an excessively loud, melodic rock band that features guitar, if there is such a thing. But yeah, I mean, we started out, punk rock was what our common bond was, and kind of underground rock, and we kind of survived the, you know, the hair band thing and the new romantic movement and all that stuff. But we, you know, it's always just been a rock band with guitars. I thought it was a pretty damn good record, so I wasn't really surprised. We'd worked really hard. We toured, built a fan base. You know, we'd kind of done everything that we could do to play, and we finally got a record company that thought we were halfway decent. I mean, I was surprised it did as well as it did, but I thought it was a pretty good record. I think everything was in place at that time for us to enjoy our first tiny taste of success.
It was a relief. I mean, because we put more than 10, 15 years into it, and we were broken in debt. So it was...
and unrecouped everywhere.